Congressman Jeff Miller joins us this morning. It is now 6:37. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing?
So were you really surprised about Jake and Chelsea getting kicked off with Dancing with the Stars?
Well, I didn't know that's who got kicked off, but I did hear on TV that somebody got kicked off. So I'm just flabbergasted. I'm probably one of the only people that doesn't watch that show.
No, there's Don.
Yeah, oh, okay. Don and me and Don.
Yeah, there you are. The only two people in America that probably don't watch it. Right. Because quite honestly, you're plenty busy with everything else. What's the latest that you heard on this oil spill and, the possibility of it coming our way?
Got a briefing yesterday afternoon from Mineral Management, the Coast Guard, NOAA, and other individuals, and basically they're saying that if the modeling that they have holds, that it's going to impact the Louisiana coast if they are not able to get it cleaned up and get the leak stopped beforehand. At least 3 days. But they, of course, have set up containment and cleanup crews all along the Gulf Coast. I know they have some at Pensacola NAS as well. But it looks like if things hold as they're projecting, that it will not impact Northwest Florida.
Well, that's good news for us, bad news for them. There are greater political ramifications, obviously, from this. This is going to certainly put a microscope on the whole question of offshore oil drilling, will it not?
Well, it does. And first of all, I got two things. Number one is this is an oil rig. What is being talked about predominantly in the eastern Gulf is natural gas, two different things.
Right.
However, I think that everybody wants to know, for the family's sake of those that were lost on that rig, and then for others that are interested in what's going on, what happened and why. I mean, there's supposed to be valves that do shut this off if something catastrophic happens, and they think they may have yesterday fixed the valves, but they won't know till they pressure them up, I guess, today, and BP supposedly is going to drill a side well to go in to relieve some of the pressure. They've got some ideas. I think the fortunate thing is that the well casing itself, the pipe is actually kinked, and so it is restricting the flow, even though it's still a significant amount that's coming out. It's not what could be if it was a straight pipe.
What do you think about it? It's been talked about, Congressman Miller, about burning this oil off.
Well, they do that a lot in the Gulf states, and it's something that works. It's a common practice. Is it the best solution? No, but it is a quick way if the winds are blowing in the appropriate direction. To burn off the surface contamination that exists out there. They call it in situ burning, and it's not uncommon at all in other parts of the world.
But they have to get on with it, don't they? We heard several people say yesterday there's only a limited time, a window of opportunity before the oil begins to disperse too much.
Well, precisely, and I mean, as it's in a concentrated area, and that's probably what they will try to do, is continue to not only keep it concentrated, but to find ways to put booms around it to make concentrated areas. But absolutely, the more it disperses, the less flammability is there.
Mr. Miller, let me talk to you about the Arizona and the immigration law. Can you weigh in on that, and do you feel that it is constitutional?
Well, I think I haven't read the law, but as I understand, it mirrors federal law, which, of course, the federal government has been extremely lax in enforcing. And I'm sure that there will be any number of cases that will be brought against it, but I hope that it is a wake-up call for this administration. And really, the previous administration didn't do a whole heck of a lot either. To deal with the issue of illegal immigration into this country. And we have got to do something, and it's a shame that the federal government is not adhering to its responsibility in controlling the borders.
Well, it doesn't the fact remain, I mean, you and I have discussed this before over the years, if the federal government truly regarded this as some sort of an emergency, if this was a military invasion, I mean, we'd have 3 to 5 divisions on the border tomorrow.
Right.
Well, and when you're talking about Americans that are being harassed on their own property, harassed in their homes, murdered on their own property, that's why you're beginning to hear more and more people call for National Guard troops to be placed down on the border. It seems like every other thing has been tried down there, including amnesty. Look, when Ronald Reagan was president, 3.5 million illegals were granted amnesty. And what did that do? Well, that ballooned to 12 to 15 million. So it tells you that the amnesty attempt doesn't work either. But it continues to be a very heated battle. Nobody wants somebody to be stopped. If of all people from a law enforcement background, that you have to have probable cause to stop somebody. You can't just stop them because they look like they're Hispanic, that you have to have a reason. But if a law enforcement officer stops you legitimately and finds out you're illegal, they should have the ability to detain you.
All right, Congressman Miller, thank you very much for joining us, as you are able to do every other Wednesday, schedule permitting. I know these are busy times up there, but it's always a pleasure talking with you, and we look forward to having you back.
Great, guys. Good to talk to you both.
And don't forget, Congressman, American Idol's on tonight. Somebody could go there.
What's that?
American Idol.
That's one of those TV shows, Congressman.
See ya.
God love you. All right, have a good day, sir.